Hi everyone, Monique here, Intuitive Soul Savant. Welcome back to the channel. I should be saying that to myself. So you haven't seen me for 2.5 weeks. I hope you guys are doing well. I have not been doing well. I've had pretty much 2 weeks of very heavy energy. Now, this video probably, there's only 100 people watching my videos anyway regularly. So hello to the 100 out there that are regular watchers of my video. I hope that this relates to you guys, but it definitely relates to you or anyone that you know who was born in the mid-60s, 65, 66, 67, maybe 68, maybe 64. Or anyone you know, okay, because they're going through shit at the moment. All right, we are getting hit intensely, and we're having a second Saturn return, but it's worse than our first Saturn return. Usually, you know, you go second Saturn return, yeah, fine. I didn't even see this when I've been bringing up the other videos. You know, I have a grand cross going on in my chart. And so with Jupiter now in Gemini, it is T-squaring. Okay, Jupiter transiting in Gemini, and all those planets we've just had in Gemini, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter will stay there. You know, all that energy in Gemini has T-squared our Saturn in Pisces, our Chiron in Pisces, and our Pluto conjunct Uranus in Virgo, right? So that's a T-square. Now, if you've got anything in Sag, which I have, the moon, that's a grand cross, right? And that's what's going on. I have been unable to bring you guys anything because I've had to care for myself. I'm still, you know, it's such a trigger. It's a huge trigger. It's more triggering than the first Saturn return, because the first Saturn return back 30 odd years ago in the early 90s, you know, 95, 94, 95, 96, Jupiter was not in Gemini. Okay, Jupiter was in Libra, and you know, Libra and Scorpio, Libra. So it wasn't a T-square with Jupiter. Okay, we had our Saturn return, and it wasn't a T-square. It was just what we had in our chart, and Saturn has returned. At the moment, Saturn is getting ready to retrograde, but Saturn's doing that on my natal Chiron. So when Saturn conjuncts natal Chiron, it physicalizes or not made manifest, but made form to dredge up that wounded healer, Chiron energy. And we never heal from the Chiron energy in Pisces. It's just there. We learn to live with it. You know, with that comes addiction. So we've had lifetime of this, dealing with it, you know. So Saturn is retrograding on my natal Chiron, opposing Pluto and Uranus, and then you got Jupiter squaring Saturn, and you know, and opposing. So there's a big grand cross going through my chart, and it has debilitated me once again. Tomorrow I'm going to make a video on rebirth. Okay, so that will be very general. It'll be, I think it's number 4 or 5 rebirth video that I've made. It's a series. But today is just me sharing, to apologize, you know, why I haven't been able to speak with you all and support you all in this, because my cup has been empty, you know. I've had to fill my own cup, and that's been debilitating and very painful and emotional, you know. But at the same time, because we're dealing with spirituality and the mind, okay, it's growth, okay. Nothing's there to hurt us or to make us go through a hard time. If anything, all this light through Gemini, with the the T-square to our Saturn return that we're going through, our second Saturn return that we're going through, you know, is really triggering that group of souls that came in Saturn in Pisces in the 60s, you know, with the Pluto conjunct Uranus. Now, we've got all those planets at different degrees, okay? You know, you guys are different to me. Some of you are born around my date, so you'd be feeling it too. But just hold on. Hold on. That's all we can do. In fact, Saturn opposed Pluto is hold on. You know, it's like Braveheart. Hold, hold, hold. You know, it's that. But it's painful, guys, and it's there. Jesus, we really cocked it coming in with that opposition. You know, the Virgo Pisces opposition. We really special souls, old souls, wounded souls. You know, and whether we go and teach and make a video or what have you, it doesn't matter. Just processing that energy is helping the collective. I'm believing. Okay, even though it doesn't feel like it. So it's been very hard for me to come and make a video, and I wanted to do it yesterday. I wanted to do it, you know, all these other days. But I've been processing that energy and just, you know, every day just observing the emotion, the mind, not letting the mind run off, even though it did for a few days. It took me to hell again, but it wasn't a Pluto hell. It was a Saturn, you know, a form. It was all about form, you know. So I just want to let you know you're not alone. You mid-60s born. This is big time energy, and I'm sorry that I haven't been free enough to be able to make videos, which is my desire, but your will, not my will. You know, my Capricorn idea is, yeah, consistency, get up 5 videos a week. Well, that's my dream, you know, but while processing this energy, you know, I'm here to tell you, because I'm a servant leader. When you're ascending, you know, I will discuss this more in the rebirth video, but when we're ascending, the old has to go. You know, the old has to go. I watch people make videos every day, 5 days a week, and I think, how do they do it? Do you ever have a bad day? Or do you just transmute and soldier on and go, blah, here's my next video? I just can't do that. There's an authenticity to the new earth that if the energy's not on, the energy's not on, you know, and I have had to process, and I have not been able to be consistent these last 2.5 weeks. But today, you know, the energy has been there, and, you know, we've got a full moon in Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. I have Saturn square the moon in my chart, like up that Grand Cross, you know. So this moon is really triggering my emotional body. It's all past stuff. It's all fear stuff. I'm not watching the news or anything. I have no idea what's going on out in the world, and I don't really need to, because I'm actually feeling it, not as my own energy, but the fear that's on planet, you know. And the few people I do talk to, you know, they're struggling with life and just holding on. Do you know what I mean? Just holding on and getting through these next few years. Okay, so yeah, it's a Grand Cross, all right? And that means if your sun is in, you're a Sagittarian born, right? There's that Grand Cross if you're mid-60s. If you've got planets in Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius, there's a Grand Cross going on with Jupiter in Gemini. But anyway, yesterday, Venus and Mercury went into Cancer. I don't even go yay, because that means it's all going to be opposing my natal sun in the 6th house. So that's not a yay to me. But it is a yay that you know, all that focused energy in Gemini is moving into the Cancer arena, because wow, every day was a job to just monitor the thoughts and observe the thoughts and the bullshit, which, the bullshit is past, the belief systems, Jupiter, belief systems. And I'm born with the Jupiter in Gemini, so it just reminded me what a nutcase I was when I was younger, when I didn't have any skills to deal with that mind, and the expansive busyness of a Jupiter in Gemini. All right. And I've been shown that in the last couple of weeks with those other planets. It's definitely settled down because Venus and Mercury have moved into Cancer yesterday. But we've still got Mars coming along. So Mars does have to ingress Gemini, and Mars, will conjunct Uranus, and then Mars will ingress into Gemini, and it will make an aspect with Pluto. Still got Pluto heading back into Capricorn. Pluto's intent. If you intend to go back to pick something else up from the shop, well, the intention is there, so the energy is there. Okay. Capricorn won't be free of this Pluto energy until it leaves early next year, and off, because the intention is there. Right, I'm not going back to Capricorn anymore. Sure, says the Capricorn souls. But, the intention is then very much focused on the Aquarian energy and the other fixed signs. So I didn't want to go on. I just wanted to apologize that I really wanted, I was beating myself up because I was so emotionally weak, and I needed to fill my own cup and needed to process energy, and I couldn't pretend. I can't come to you in pretense. I can only come as a servant leader authentically, and to show an example that if the energy's not there, don't do it. That old 3D bullshit soldier on, this is what you got to do to be blah, 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 blah. No. The new earth is not about that. The new earth is working with the energy you have on board at that time, in the now moment. The new earth is about the now moment, not the past, not the future, which is all now anyway. But anyway, so namaste. I've missed you guys so much, and please comment and let me know if this is just me, or if you guys felt this. Yes, your Chiron's going to be different, all that sort of thing, but the energy is still going to be there. Saturn's going to retrograde back to 12 degrees of Pisces. My Saturn is at 13 degrees. So, it's going to be, I'm in a heavy spot, because Saturn is going to be stationary on my Saturn in Pisces and my Chiron in Pisces. And if your birthday's around my time, well, those degrees will be the same. Okay. And as I said, when the energy hits, that it hits before the process. Saturn doesn't retrograde until the 29th of this month. It's already, and I've already processed this full moon already. And so, it can only get better now that I went deep with that. Love you. Please comment on how you're going and what you're feeling. I am sorry I'm only focused on those mid-60s because that's where I'm at and that's what I'm going through. But any other ages and the first Saturn returns, how are you guys going as well? All right, my loves. I will make a video tomorrow. Rebirth, wow, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, guys. Namaste, and I'll see you soon.